This is the speaking test of International English Language Testing System taking place at Hexas Jindabazar. The examiner is Mahir Mahmood. Examiner ID is 999005. Candidate is Saleh Ahmed. Candidate ID is 229054. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Can you tell me your full name, please?
My full name is Saleh Ahmed. You can call me Ahmed.
Can you tell me where you're from?
I'm from Sylhet, which is the northeast part of Bangladesh, and it is widely known for a famous tourist destination.
Can I see your identification, please?
Yeah, sure.
All right, that's fine. Now, in the first part of the test, I would like to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's talk about what you do. Do you work or are you a student?
I'm a student. Recently, I finished my graduation, and currently, I'm doing my master's.
What subject are you studying?
My major is English literature, and every single day, I love this subject.
What do you like most about your studies?
Well, I like the old English literature, where the English origin comes from.
What kind of job do you prefer after graduation?
Well, I prefer to involve in teaching profession. I think it is the most respectful job in my country. However, my father has a business, and obviously I would like to hand over from my father.
Do you think job satisfaction is important?
Indeed, it is very important because when something does not satisfy us, we don't feel interested in it.
Let's talk about technology. Do you use any gadgets on a daily basis?
Yes, on daily basis, I use my mobile phone.
How often do you use the internet?
Well, every single time I pick up my phone, I use internet, and if I need anything, I directly go to Google and search for something like study related or something fun, or if I want to watch a movie, I directly go to streaming websites and follow up websites to watch movies.
Do you own a computer?
Yes, I do have I do have a desktop computer, and I use it regularly.
How often do you use it and for what purposes?
Well, mostly I use it for my study purpose, such as making presentation, doing some research and thesis work on to submit my assignment, and also sometimes I use it for movies and some other stuff like playing games and some etc.
Do you spend a lot of time on a computer?
Well, to be honest, I don't spend a lot of time on computer. Rather, I prefer to read a book.
Let's move on to traveling. Do you like traveling?
Yes, you can call me a travel freak.
Why do so many people like traveling nowadays?
Well, I saw some people traveling nowadays because of pictures and videos or posting videos on the YouTube and Facebook. But I personally feel that we should travel for the exploration and gather some knowledge about the places, and we should often visit new places to gain more experience rather than taking photos and videos for social media.
Do you think it's true that traveling broadens the mind?
Indeed, it is. I think that rather than reading about the places, I would love to explore the places by myself, because when I go there by myself and explore the places, it gives me more knowledge about the place rather than reading 10 books about the place.
Do young people and older people benefit differently from traveling?
Yes, I think their both perspective is different. I mean, young people nowadays only travel for pictures and videos, and old people usually go to enjoy the place, enjoy the scenario, beauty of the place, and see the creation of Almighty, and they just usually feel amazed, and I think they actually get the pleasure of the place.
How can you make sure you get the most from your travels?
Well, I think before going to some new places, we should do some research about the place, should know more about the places and where to go, what to do, and what to eat about them, and what is so famous about that place. And we should know about the culture and place, and we should explore more about that place.
Now, I'm gonna give you a topic and I would like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you talk, you'll have 1 minute to think about what you're gonna say. You can make notes if you wish. Do you understand? Here's some paper and a pencil for making notes, and here is your topic. I would like you to describe an important event in your life. Remember, you have 1 to 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you. I'll tell you when the time is up. Can you start speaking now, please?
An event is always memorable for people, especially when people are gaining some knowledge about the event. And I would like to talk about my graduation event, which is the most important event for my life. And in the year 2022, May 25, I can't forget that day, I got my undergraduate result, and I was very happy that day because after a long journey, I mean, it was about to finish in 4 years, but because of the COVID-19, it got delayed and it took more 2 years, and eventually it took me 6 years to complete my graduation. And I can't forget about that day. I was very excited. They didn't publish any notice before my result. They suddenly published the result, and I was totally surprised about this event. Although, I mean, it was astonishing for me to suddenly get my result. And after 6 years of journey, I got the result. And I would like to talk about the journey in the process I faced. I had to face difficulty in my first 2 years. Eventually, I had to take some retake in two, maybe or three subjects, and which was very painful for me. And after that, I became more serious about my studies. I did some research, coursework, and I also interacted with my professor and lecturers, and I got to involve with some classmates of mine, and I did some assignment research, and I also did some field work, and went to few libraries to gather some books and knowledge about my course and relevant to my studies. And what I like most about my study is the history of English literature, as my major is English literature, obviously. And
What makes it important?
I think the memory makes an event important.
Thank you. Can I have the booklet and that paper and pencil back, please? So, we have been talking about an important event of your life. Now, I would like to ask you a few more questions related to this topic. What days are important in your country?
Well, it depends on people actually. Some people usually remember their birthday and it is very important for them, and some people celebrate Eid with their family. Some people lives in abroad and every year they come on Eid, and as a Muslim, Eid is very important for us.
Why is it so important to have national celebrations?
I think national celebration is important for every country because it represents their culture, their heritage, and their people. And a celebration brings people together, and every year they celebrate on the same day, and they like to unite together in somewhere and celebrate together.
How is the way your national celebrations are celebrated now different from the way they were celebrated in the past?
Well, in the past, people used to celebrate small occasions such as Eid and Pohela Boishakh and some kind of small events, and they used to gather in small places, and it was not that much fancy at all. But at present, with the advancement of technology, people usually gather in big place such as any field or any playground, any football field, and they show their cultural heritages, and some parades, army parades obviously, and police force, navy, and they show their symbols, and obviously our prime minister and president show respect to them, and I think it is totally different from past and now.
Do you think any new national celebrations will come into being in the future?
Well, it is highly possible that any national celebration could come. I mean, every day world is changing rapidly, and we can't say anything about the future. I mean, some people predict future, and that after 10 years this will happen, and we saw that after 2 years it is happening. So we can't say anything about, but it is highly possible that some national celebration could come after a few 2 or 3 years or any day now.
Are there any celebrations from other countries that you celebrate in your country?
Yes, sometimes we do celebrate Holi from India, as we are living in Bangladesh and we have a very big community, and we celebrate Holi with colors, and people feel joy, and they like to celebrate with their families. Although some people celebrate Christmas and Happy New Year every single year. I mean, obviously, it is very fascinating for people.
Is there any benefits of having national celebrations?
Well, I think plenty of benefits of having a national celebration. I mean, representing the culture, representing the people, and I mean, a celebration brings people together, and we can invite people from different culture, and we can show our culture, our nationality, and how we celebrate, how we bring people together, and that's how we can represent ourselves from different culture and into different nations, obviously.
Thank you. This is the end of your speaking test.